is that when Antonio don't look like he's open, he's really open. That's the one thing I struggle with playing with him in Pittsburgh. And after going back and watching the film, there were times where he didn't look open, but he was open. And if you just give him an opportunity, he'll make those plays. And then Ben stepped into the game after I went out and made those plays because he was giving them opportunities. Just put the ball around him. He's going to make everybody else better if the offense ran through him. You look at Le'Veon Bell, how his numbers was up. Martavius Bryant and, the rest of the guys was heavily involved because the offense ran through Antonio and it allowed everybody else to get their opportunities. And that's what's going to make the offense go. But ultimately for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you got to protect Tom Brady in order to get the ball out to AB and Evans and all of the weapons that he have. But if the offense is ran through AB, in an innovative style, innovative fashion, find ways to get him the ball, then they'll open everything else up. But I think AB is the final piece and the key piece to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense.
So if you don't mind me asking, Mike, Tampa has 6 wins. How many of those 6 wins did Antonio Brown contribute to?
What?
The 6 wins that Tampa had before AB got there, how many did AB contribute to winning?
6.
0.
No, 0, none.
Right, exactly. So why would I get him involved?
No.
When I tried to get him involved, it cost me a game. Why would I not go back to running the football? Huh?
They tried to get him involved last week?
Yeah.
He barely had any attempts come his way.
Well, he had one fewer than Mike Evans.
I'm talking about 5 to go to AB. You got it. When you go into AB, you got to throw it at him. You got to throw it in his vicinity. The back shoulder catches is what he's best at. Getting open in tight creases and just delivering the ball to him is what he excels at.
Why you force feed? Let me ask you this.
Won those games.
Let me ask you this.
Won those games.
Let me ask you this. Why you force feeding AB, tell me what Mike Evans is going to be doing.
And he might be wide open. That's on Tom.
Yeah, exactly. You go by force feeding AB, you're going to create a situation that you really don't want and what you've been trying to avoid for the longest time. I believe they need to get back to, if you look at Tom, when they've been really successful, they've been able to protect Tom because they can play action pass. And then they hit Hunter Renfro. Then they hit little Scotty Miller on the over. They had Gronk running scot-free. They had guys open because they were able to run the football. You look at the last 2 games in which they've struggled, or you look at the games in which they lost in the game, the Giants, they struggled. It was their inability to run the football. Well, if you can't run the football and the defense says, hold on, you can't run. You're not even trying to run. Or I'm going to come get your quarterback. Oh, I know where you are. That sets, and because Tom is not mobile, he's never been mobile, so it's hard for me to believe if he wasn't mobile at 18, all of a sudden he's going to be more mobile at 43. They need to run the football, get Roe Jones, play action pass, and that will allow you to protect Tom Brady better. But if you force feed this ball to AB, you're going to lose Chris Godwin and you're going to lose Mike Evans. You watch what I tell you.
You buying that, Michael?
Nah, see, I know what it's like to run the offense through a number 1. And I'm not saying you got to force it. That's why you have second and third options. But that guy is on the field for a reason. He's on the field to distract, draw attention, and disguise and help you get through your coverages, help you get through your reads. And I experienced that with Deshaun Jackson. Like I said, when I was with Pittsburgh, I was with Antonio for 3 games. There was a lot of things that I wish I would have done different. Antonio was open way more than I thought. And if I had to go back and play those games again, I would have finished 4-0 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But nevertheless, this is him in a different uniform, different opportunities, and with the GOAT. So what I'm saying is it's enough valuable pieces in place around Antonio. You got a great staff, Leftwich. You got the one of the greatest of all time in Bruce Arians. They got to make this work. They got to make this work, Shay.
So, Michael, I'm surprised by what I'm hearing from you. I'm not saying I don't like it because I'm trying to warm up to it, but I think you're suggesting that the 5 balls that were thrown to Antonio the other night against New Orleans should become 10 balls, 12 balls this time at Carolina?
At least 8 to 10. Yes,
Okay.
at least 8 to 10. Antonio is getting older. I still think he got a lot left in it in the tank. You just got to get the ball out to him. You got to throw it his way, and then ultimately you'll see other guys coming alive. And plays should be designed for Mike Evans. There should be plays designed for Gronk. Everybody is going to have a chance to get involved. But like I said, when you feature your main guy, it opens up the run game. I mentioned Le'Veon Bell was very successful and effective in Pittsburgh because of AB's presence, as well as everybody else.
So, Michael
Bryant and every other guy that was in that line, Bay, all the guys.
I didn't hate the blueprint from past Sunday night, even though they lost 38-3. I didn't hate Brady's formula because he threw 6 targets to Mike Evans and 6 to Chris Godwin and 6 to Gronk and 6 to Fournette out of the backfield and 5 to the newcomer, AB. Well, I thought that was a formula for victory, but you got to protect the quarterback and you got to complete the balls that you throw to those guys, and not enough were complete because Gronk had 6 balls, dropped 3, and caught 1 for 3 yards. Well, that won't work, obviously.
No.
So I don't mind the formula, but again, I'm intrigued by what Michael Vick is saying, because he's just saying go ahead and force feed because it'll open up everything, but you're going to have to do it right out of the box. I would like to see more short passes to AB, more run after catch kind of passes.
Right.
Because he's trying to throw home runs to him right away.
Well, he's trying to do what Bruce Arians, but see, here's the problem that Mike is not talking about. You're talking about force feed AB, but AB was the #1 receiver in Pittsburgh. We saw what happened when Juju caught more passes than AB. He lost his damn mind. So you actually think Mike Evans, who's the #1 receiver in Tampa, is going to be okay with another guy coming halfway through the season and get more targets and catch more balls? And what's Mike, you've never seen a #1 like that.
Look, you can put either one of them at the #1. It don't matter. Look, I figured the AB should be the X. The X really opens it up for everybody else when it all boils down to it. The X position gets more one-on-ones, dictates more coverage, and they get all the catches. All the single receivers, play the X. The best receivers play the X. So I'm saying Antonio's presence is going to go a long way with this team. You got to have a guy like that on the field. I'm saying from a guy who played the quarterback position, a guy who played with some of the best, Ben Roethlisberger, myself included. I understand the game. I understand the offensive passing game, being around Andy Reid, having Deshaun Jackson. I know what it can do for the offense. I know how it opened up things for LaShawn McCoy. I know how we got the most out of the talent that we had. So, it's not up to me sitting right here to make those decisions on what needs to happen. I'm just giving a little blueprint for them to follow. If they do it, I promise you, the outcome will be different.
Mike, in any situation, you take anything in the animal kingdom, if you got alphas and you try to insert another alpha, what's going to happen, Michael Vick? What's going to happen? Mike Evans is the guy in Tampa. Huh?
Conflict.
Okay, then. You want conflict? Because that's what you're going to get. Yeah. I'm telling you, Mike Evans is teetering. Now, the position coach can tell you everything he wants, but you've been around enough #1 receivers when they're used to getting the balls and they're used to getting their targets, because Jameis Winston went to every game saying, Mike, you're going to get your 10 balls. Chris Godwin, I'm going to give you 8. And if they roll coverage his way, you're going to get 10, and Mike Evans, you're going to get 8.
And what happened? What happened, Jay?
What happened is...
A lot of losses, a lot of interceptions. You got to know how to channel this.
You see what Tom Brady looked like when he tried to run Bruce Arians' offense to its full force? When he tried to just throw the ball down the field and not nickel and dime? What they asked Jameis to do, they never asked Brady to do until Sunday. And how did he look? How did he look, Mike Vick, throwing the ball down the field?
I don't like talking about the GOAT. Look, man, the GOAT is the GOAT, man. He had one bad game. We throwing that one out the window.
No. Ain't no one back. Okay. So what was that? What was that against the Saints opening night? What was that against Chicago?
Protection.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Shay. Mike Evans against the Saints.
No,
he struggled a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
He's always struggled against Marshawn Lattimore. That's why they put him on there. But see, everybody's not going to be the Saints, because we talked about this the other day. Everybody doesn't have those 2 press corners and can go get you with 4 guys and not sacrifice the back end.
What about when you run into them? See, I'm planning on running into them down the road.
Well, you better run the ball.
I'm not thinking about the guy. I'm not thinking about Carolina. Yes, I expect Antonio to be great. I expect Mike Evans to be great against Carolina and against Atlanta and all the struggling teams. I'm talking about the ultimate goal. When it's time to compete for this Super Bowl, when it's time to compete in the NFC Championship, I need all cards on deck. I need everything on deck.
Well, the way we slowed down the rush, we ran the ball. Because I want you to dig in. I want you to take a little extra time getting off the ball. So you had Ro Jones, who was a top 5 rusher going before the last 2 weeks, and for whatever reason, he has 20 carries, and you struggled in both of those games. You won against the Giants, which you really should have lost, which foreshadowed of what was going to happen if you didn't run the ball again. You better get back to running the ball, Michael Vick, and play action and throw those little crossing routes, those little shallow stuff.
I agree with you, Shannon, because with that, because Leonard Fournette and Ro Jones have been the highlight of this team. And last week, the game got away from them so fast before you looked up, they was down 21-0, and then the run game becomes obsolete. And then you're working against the clock, and it's a lot of different variables. So it changed the dynamic of the game for sure. But if they can come out and establish the run,
so Shannon,
it'll open up everything else. So maybe we're talking about this situation backward.
Yeah, look, what Michael's saying is, let's say they go to Carolina Sunday, and they do feature AB, and they throw him 10 balls. Let's say he catches 9 balls for 100 and some yards.
Yes.
Let's say Mike Evans catches 5 balls on Sunday, and let's say they hang 40 on Carolina and win 40-40.